and welcome to this video. I'm super excited to share with you today why eating super healthy is hard, especially initially, and why that's a wonderful thing. And I will share a couple of tips of how to make it more easeful. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Tumi. I am a medical doctor. I'm a dancer and I'm a poet, and I help people often by integrating those three passions and skill sets together through my healing poem dances that I perform for people, and which you can find on my website, some of them, and also through my expertise as a holistic physician. On this channel, I love creating videos around holistic health in general, my raw vegan lifestyle. I've been raw vegan for about 12 years now, almost. Minimalism as a powerful health act, and lots of dance. If any of that sounds interesting to you and you're not subscribed yet, then please hit subscribe down below. There might be some construction noise. There's definitely the sea behind me. There's a rustle of trees. I hope it's not too distracting. I really wanted to put this video out today. Let's get into it. I'm going to look here at my notes. If you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing, because this was really important. I didn't want to miss any of the points. Eating healthy is hard. I get a lot of patients and clients that are like, this is hard. This has been hard for me. And that's why they're coming to work with me, a lot of them. And I've been, again, raw vegan for almost 12 years. It'll be 12 years this coming summer. And I'll tell you, the first couple of years, the first few years were definitely hard. And now where I am, it's such flow. It feels extremely easeful. In some ways, sometimes almost automatic, but not always. And I think that's a good thing. And I'll get to that in a moment. But my point is, it doesn't have to stay hard. And the fact that it's hard is a good thing. How so, you ask? In two big ways I want to share with you. The first way, for you to know that you can do something hard, it's a crucial part of the hero's journey, so to speak, right? The idea that you have a challenge and you're able to overcome that hard challenge, it gives you so much confidence. It's what every heroine or hero goes through in any story or movie or interesting story that you have listened to, read, or watched. It's part of life. We go through ebbs and flows, and knowing that we can be the master and mistresses of our own fate is such empowerment, and it empowers others. So my point is, it's hard now, but when you are able to master the challenge of eating healthy, what confidence you will have for the rest of your life. And it spills into every area of your life. You feel that confidence, you know, I can tackle that issue at work. I can tackle that challenge in my relationships. So for that reason, the fact that it's hard is a good thing, because it strengthens your ability to navigate the world with confidence and power, because you know that you're able to deal with it. You're able to rise above it. You're able to navigate through that challenge. The second reason it's a good thing that this eating healthy is hard, that this challenge is hard, is that it keeps you present. There's so many people who are sleepwalking through their job, through their work life, through their relationships, through their lives. Everything is on autopilot and everything is easy. But sometimes just everything being easy doesn't make for a life that is full and at the zenith of your potential as a being of love and power. And in other words, doing something hard helps you self-actualize. It helps you be your full being and meet your full power. And there's something about that I think is so wonderful. Eating healthy, and whether that is for you a raw diet or a raw vegan diet, or it's a cooked vegan diet or a cooked plant-based diet, some version of a healthy diet. And in my book as a physician, having done the research, my almost 20 years experience as a doctor now, that for me as a diet definitely means plant-based, whole plant-based. And that can be hard in this day and age because it's going against the grain, so to speak. And when we go against the grain, the beautiful thing about that is we have to be present. We have to be almost on our toes. And that doesn't mean that you have to be hyperstimulated, your nervous system is stressed all the time. No, it just means you're awake, you're woke, you are conscious. And that is a beautiful thing to have in life because again, it seeps into all other areas of your life. I hear the construction vehicle and I feel like it's affirming what I'm saying, hopefully. You get to have that presence in how you carve out your work life. You have that presence in the kind of relationships you choose to enter and nurture. You have that presence in what you stand up for and what you speak up against and for. That consciousness, that wokeness is in every area of your life. And the diet is an entry point, can be an entry point to that awareness and that increased presence. And frankly, I think just being present in your life makes for a life that is more peaceful, more centered, more in flow. That's been my experience. So those are two ways in which eating healthy, doing something that's hard, like eating healthy, is a great thing. And it's also nice to make it more easeful because you don't want to be having years and years of just feeling like you're holding on by your fingernails to eating a healthy diet. That to me is not sustainable, and I've seen so many people fall off the proverbial wagon and go back to eating unhealthy foods because it became too hard for too long. So how to make it easeful? For this, I'm going to refer to one of my wonderful members of my membership program called Your Delicious Life. This beautiful human, he's also a client of mine. And I'll be honest with you, I get inspired so much all the time by my patients and clients and by the members of my membership program because they ask amazing, amazing questions. So this was inspired by him, and he asked this question of, wow, it can feel really hard, and how do I make it more easeful? So I've answered the first part of this question, which is the hard is good. Now, how do we make it more easeful? I'm going to answer that by answering 3 of the ways that he identified that this diet is hard. Eating healthy is hard. He had a lot more, and we went through each one in our session together. Today, for the purpose of time, I'm going to keep it to 3. Here are 3 of them, and I think they were fantastic, and I think many of you can relate to these ones. Number 1, emotional eating. Eating healthy is hard because so many people use unhealthy foods to numb emotions and to not feel and to navigate difficult emotions. And for that, I say, wow, that is a whole beautiful Pandora's box to dive into. And I did dive into it in my book called Delicious Healing, which if you haven't read, I highly recommend. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. And I have an audiobook version out that I love personally. A whole chapter on emotional, dealing with emotions and emotion honoring and releasing. I also have a webinar, and it's called the 5 Tips of Success for being successful in a raw vegan diet. Even if you're not raw vegan or you don't want to be, but you just want to eat healthily, I highly recommend this webinar, and in it I talk about emotions. So dealing with emotions is huge. I just want to say on this video that the more you're able to sit with the emotions that come up, honor them and release them, the more emotional eating is healed. And that's been my experience. And it's such a worthwhile journey to take. The second way that eating healthy can be hard is that meal prep. Meal prep. It's like, whew, you could just go out to McDonald's or KFC or some other joint, some other restaurant or fast food place and get something really quick. But now you want to eat healthy. Wow, you got a food combined in specific ways. You have to make sure everything is prepped. I have to put in time in the kitchen. You have to do all that, and that's so much work, and that's hard. Here's my answer to that. My answer is keep it simple. It doesn't have to be hard. I am eating, now I will say I'm almost 12 years into the game of this, but my diet is so simple. and gives me so much joy, not to mention lots of nutrients and a fit, healthy body that easily breastfeeds my toddler. It does all of that, and I spend little to no time in the kitchen. If I want to be in the kitchen, I can, but many times I don't really want to, and I prefer using my time somewhere else. And yet, I'm giving myself nutrient-dense, delicious, nutritious plant food. How? I eat mostly fruits. And if I'm not eating fruits, I'm eating greens. So I make something simple, green smoothie, salad. This is the overwhelming majority of my diet. That's why I don't make a lot of what I eat in a day videos, because I think it would bore you all to tears. But I do have those videos, so check those out for inspiration. Check out my free newsletter. It's on my website where I share recipes. But the point is, keep it simple. You don't have to spend loads of time in the kitchen because you're eating a healthy diet. Simplicity, I have found, has been one of the keys to my success. Because I love my time freed up to do other things that I love to do. So keep it simple. It does not have to mean lots of prep time. And if you do spend time in the kitchen, understand that that time in the kitchen to make a healthy meal is time you're taking away from sick days. It's time you're taking away from having to go to the hospital or any other practitioner because you're not well. Because when you feed your body, food is medicine. When you feed your body well, you thrive. You thrive. A whole food plant-based diet will help you thrive. So that's what I've seen in my personal life and definitely in my experience as a physician. And the third one I'll mention is, which one should I do? I think I'm going to do this one that he mentioned. People look at you oddly. You go to family events, social events, people are side-eyeing you because you've brought some quinoa, or you've brought a salad, or you've brought just fruit to the picnic or to the gathering. At a wedding, you're that odd guest who's eating mangoes while everybody else is eating steak. People start looking at you oddly. People look at you oddly because now you're skipping down the street, literally. I was skipping on the beach the other day. I finished my dance rehearsal and I went for a run, and then all of a sudden I was like, I don't want to run, I want to skip, and I started skipping and I got some odd looks. That's the reality of the road less traveled. The road less traveled of well-being, of vibrancy, of joy, of peace, of high vibration. Welcome to that world if you want to take it. And people will look at you oddly because most people are not well, and I know that as a physician. And we can choose to either dumb ourselves down and make ourselves sick to be like the vast majority of people, or we can be the change we want to see in the world. And we can lift people up by just our presence, by our skipping, by the smile on our faces, by our well-being. Where do you want to fall into? Where do you want to go? You know, I embrace the odd look now. I absolutely do. I frankly don't often see it because I'm too busy living my best life. And that is my hope for you all, for anyone watching this video, is choose your best delicious life, live it. And I do believe as a physician and in my experience that part of that is eating healthy. That's what I got for you. Again, I apologize for the construction noise, but I felt so called to share this with you, and I hope something in of it has been helpful to you. If you're wanting more inspiration, come on over to the Orchard, which is what I call my membership program, for other like-minded, high vibrational beings, and for more of my guidance through healing dances, through poetic meditations, through a Q&A where I answer the members' questions every single month, through inspiration. And this past month we just did detox. We're diving more into the chakra system in the following month. Every month we have a topic we go into, and it's a beautiful community. So if that's of interest to you, check down in the description box below. I also will just prioritize the members' questions and their interests when I do make YouTube videos, because I get questions about YouTube videos every day from so many of you and everybody, and I can't answer all those questions. I can't do all those videos. So I do my best, but definitely the members get priority because they've invested and they're amazing, and check it out if you're interested. What else to say? I think that's it. I send you so much love wherever in the world you are. Bon appetit. May it be a nutritious and beautiful and healthy and loving day for you. Please like and subscribe and share this video to anyone you think might benefit. Bye-bye for now.